What's up guys, Duarte finally here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today we are going to be taking a look at a video of the Mercs versus the Brotherhood, or the Brotherhood versus the Mercs on War Defense, because it has been long enough and it's time to show how we can beat this team. Now my score against this team from 6 attacks, I have 5 wins and 1 loss, and the 1 loss it was against a super massive taskmaster that was already 6 red stars, and I was like, I didn't notice because the power level of the team was like 280, but the taskmaster was huge and everyone else was small, so that was the only loss I had. But we'll be taking a look into the Brotherhood, the position for the Brotherhood, because as it seems some people don't know exactly how to place the Brotherhood, and then we are going to look at a few videos of the Brotherhood against the Taskmaster and the Mercs. And yeah, I'm using my own footage. I don't like to steal footage from other people and use it as my own, because that doesn't reflect what I do, and then it also gives you a more valid perspective of a place where you should be playing right now, because some videos I have seen out there, it's from huge whales, from Pants of Vulcan and so on, and that doesn't reflect the reality for most players. Okay, so let's go into the Brotherhood, and first I'm gonna show my stats and some words about it. So my Magneto, as you guys know, it's huge, but it's a problem because it unbalances the power of the team. So if you have 250,000 team with a huge Magneto, and you have a 250,000 Merc team that the team is more balanced, you might end up losing because of that imbalance of the power levels, because they can mislead you, because even you can have a high tier gear and not exactly have a high power gear. So you have to be careful with that when you go into these matchups. So we have this guy at 14, we have Pyro at 65, gear tier 12. He has no T4s, he has nothing apart from the basic things. And we have the Juggernaut at a tier 10, also 66664. Not much going on there for him. Then we have Toad, only 4 reds. And 4 yellows, 66664, and tier 9, so nothing special there as well. And the worst of them all, the Fat Boy at 66664, tier 9 as well. No extra item, and only at 2 yellow, 2 red, so he is very weak. So even that we are going to be facing teams over 250, around 250 power, and my team is also around that, it's mostly because Magneto is so big, because these other guys, they melt like butter. But if you have these guys, the Frog and the Fat Boy, a little bit higher, that will be way better, because they are actually crucial. At least Toad is crucial for the strategy. Okay, so in terms of positioning, I don't know why it's so complicated to figure out the position of this team. You obviously want to have Juggernaut on a corner because he's the tank, but then you want to have the other tank, which is the Blob. So you have the Blob there, and he gives deflect to adjacent friends around him. So you have the tank plus adjacent, so you'll get the deflects. I think that's pretty obvious. Now there is no logic in putting the Frog here, because he's too weak, he's too squishy, and yes, he has a 25% dodge chance, but that's only 25. So in 3 of the times you're gonna get smacked. So yeah, that's not great, and the deflects won't do much for him. On the other hand, for Magneto, because he's a legendary, it's way easier for him to get 7 yellow stars. So that will put him in advantage compared to any other. Like, I have Pyro for way longer than Magneto, but Magneto is 7 and Pyro is not, because of being a legendary. And Magneto has huge armor and huge resistance, so if you can give him deflect, he's gonna absorb massive amount of damage. And that's why the perfect position for the Brotherhood, it's like this: Juggernaut Blob, Magneto, Toad, and Pyro. Pyro, you want to put him as far away as possible from anyone because he's so squishy. He dies so easily, it's ridiculous. So yeah, we went through my team and their stats, and now we're going to take a look at these matches. Okay, so in this match we are facing Merc team. They only had the Hangar up. I think this one was on the Hangar, I'm not sure. 230,000 power. They were around tier 10. You can see only that the Merc Soldier. I don't know, I don't understand why the guy put the Merc Soldier there, but okay. And they have a nice Bullseye and they have a nice Merc Lieutenant, so yeah. Let's see how it goes. Let's speed up this a little bit so we are not here all day. And the strategy is quite easy, but you don't have to use the basic strategy from the Brotherhood. Usually people start with the ultimate from Magneto. Wrong, that's not what you should do. So what you should do, and I was trying, I'm not sure if in this video I used my final strategy for this team, but what you want to do is to disrupt the Merc Riot Guard so he doesn't do anything annoying. That's your first turn with Magneto. And the first turn with the Toad, what you want to do is to use the basic on Taskmaster, because that will counter the fact that he has offense up and will also slow him enough that you can do other things with your other characters, and it will give also more time for Juggernaut to taunt. But because my Toad at this point was so weak, as you can see I got one more red star on him, because at this point he was so weak, most of the times he would fail the basic, but right now it's actually a little bit better. So okay, so in this video I was still using my old attempts of strategy. Right now I'm using the other one. It's way better to use the basic on Taskmaster. So as you can see, like, Magneto is so beefy, and especially with high red stars, and because you can get high yellow stars on him, he takes so much damage in the face easily. And you can see the blob, he just gets melted away. So yeah, because I had the blind, I used the basic with Pyro. Toad dies because he's so weak, but as soon as we can get the Juggernaut taunt, then we are good to go. And because we did the disrupt on the Merc Riot Guard, we have nothing to worry about. And yeah, now the blind is going to be way more effective, even that Taskmaster still resisted it. But yeah, now because we don't have the blind, we can use Pyro Special and melt these guys away. And then the Juggernaut is strong enough to take some of them down, and then they have so many bleeds they will just die. Look at those heal blocks and so on. And then Magneto just destroys these three guys left. Bzz. There we go. So this was one of the first matches. This is against big alliances. This is not against easy alliances. So OTS 24 Prevail. That was the first video. It was not the best Merc team, but yeah. I think we have one of each. Okay, so here we have 250,000 team. We have the med base still up, and we have that one that gives defense up. I don't remember which one it is. Same team, same positions, and this one is way better because they are using Korath instead of Merc Soldier. Like, why were they using Merc Soldier? Make no sense. But yeah. Okay, so let's see if I use the normal strategy or not. I'm not sure. So here it's already way harder because they start with with defense up. I still use my old strategy, but it was okay because we were able to remove the offense up from Taskmaster. But I still think that if you can apply the slow, it's a little bit better. Once again, with the disrupt on Merc Riot Guard, he also gets slow, so that's amazing because he will take way longer to apply the new offense subs. Now you have to be careful with the blind on Pyro. You need to pay attention to that because you don't want to waste your special, you're gonna need it. So yeah, once again, the blob gets melted away, unfortunately. We saved our special for later. And now we have Toad. Now I think it's the time I use the basic. Oh, okay, I use it there. It's the same thing, almost. And now the blind. Now they're all together. Now we have special with Pyro, we have special with Toad, and we're gonna melt them all. Here I saved it because I wanted to remove all those defense subs and deflects, as you can see. Unfortunately, we didn't apply too many bleeds. But yeah, this Merc team is pretty hard, and because they had the offense up from the start, it made it even worse. Now select the right target, apply the disrupt, maybe extend some bleed, and then we just finish them. So yeah, another one, easy. This was against the end gamers. This alliance is not so good. And now, the last video for today, we have the version of the Korath plus Ultimus. Supposedly, according to the Tauna, I don't like Tauna. I think he's not a reliable source of information. He doesn't understand the strategies that he is talking about most of the times. He uses videos from other people and so on, and that's why after he cannot provide the commentary properly because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, we have a 240 team, we have a big Korath, we have a decent Taskmaster, we have a big Merc Lieutenant, and we have a huge Ultimus at 62,000 power, and we have a decent Merc Riot Guard. So supposedly this is like the best team you can use with these guys. They only had the hangar up and I had my barracks up or the armory or something, but I had defense down. Defense down is very dangerous with this team because it doesn't have the highest survivability in terms of defense. Something like that, right? Okay, so here we go. Let me see. Yeah, this was recorded on my phone, so the resolution is a little bit fucked up. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so here I tried to go for the basic, but the guy resisted because, yeah, unfortunately that happens. Then we apply the disrupt. Disrupt is the most important part. The other one is not so much. So here instead of blind, we got ability block, which is the same thing. It would be nice for him to also get blind there, but no, he got bleed. Blob got destroyed, and like you are thinking like, oh, okay, this is over. Everyone is already destroyed, so how exactly are we going to win? So we got the basic there, only one bleed on the Merc Lieutenant. Then the Toad comes with a clean, but he didn't went far. We had the Juggernaut, and then Magneto pulls everyone together, and then the Juggernaut smashes, and then Toad extends whatever was left, and yeah. Like, my team is very, very weak. If you have a big blob or a big Toad, this is gonna be way easier. But unfortunately right now my blob and Toad, they are just way too weak for this. They should be around 4 yellow and 4 red, or 5 yellow if you can, but yeah, that's mostly for people who bleeds a lot and who spend a little bit of money. So this was on the security, so it's not exactly an easy room, and this was against my old alliance, the full British breakfast or something like that. And yeah, so yeah guys, that's the strategy I use against the Mercs. Once again, I've been very successful with this team. I'm not exactly sure if it's just because my Magneto is so big, but I think that if everyone else was big, it would be even easier. The key factor is definitely the disrupt, because you don't want to be attacking the Merc riot guard. And then if you can apply the slow, if you have a decent toad, that's going to be great, the slow and the offense down. If you can dispel, you can do that as well. Just make sure he will be able to dispel everyone and he doesn't get counter like we saw in one of these videos. And just pray that Pyro can do anything. Even without him, we were still able to do some cool stuff. And the blob he can do a nice amount of damage, but he was not necessary for these matchups that were mostly punch acrosses or minor punch downs. So yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. You smash that like button like a boss. Let me know in the comments if you have used other teams to fight the mercs. I heard about the Sinister Six. I've tried, but I don't see how it works. I can understand how it works in theory, but it doesn't work. At least I have tried 3 or 4 times, and yeah, I need to see footage of that to work. But yeah, I have heard some YouTubers spreading that rumor without any footage to back it up. So if you have footage, let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to watch it. But until then, I'll be using this team, and I think I have other teams to show, but I have to think about. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.